bike lanes because it's an important infrastructure addition. So if you're adding it and it's an important thing, then why don't you make sure it's clean? Look at that. Look at how nasty that thing is. Would you want to ride your bicycle on that? I wouldn't. Then you got the other side here that's not draining. Remember that one? I showed you guys that last week, right? See, there's, I don't know where it is. It's by Oakley there. You'll see it. See the water puddles? See? That's the one I showed you last week. See that? It doesn't drain there, so the water stays in the middle there. See that there? That's the Oakley one there, right? The point I'm trying to make here is this. You know, if they want bike lanes, they get bike lanes. And that's what... Look, if the guy's in charge, it's like Daley. He did bikes in Green Roost. Ron did the River Walk. Washington, I forget what he did. He did a couple of things like that. Each mayor, each president, each governor's got their thing, right? And they're going to do it. That's just how it is. It's called executive privilege, right? You get to decide the things that are important to you, right? But if bike lanes are supposed to be important, and you're going to see here, right? Look, there's a big puddle there, and there's a big puddle there, right? There's a big puddle right there. So, how is that important? It's not. So if it isn't important, and then you say it's important, and you spend all our money on it, then you start to think, well, what really was it? And I call it pandering, right? That means they were doing that to get votes from the bicyclists, the leftists, right? Or the liberals, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of right-wingers that ride bicycles too, right? There's a lot of them. But the point is this. So if we know that the bike lanes aren't being maintained right, or they're designed wrong, whatever it may be, who cares? That's a moving variable. The fixed variable is what? The money. That's the fixed. That's always going to be there because we have to spend money, because that's a finite, on that piece, right? It's like I said, executive privilege. Some guys like Trump doing the ball or whatever he's doing there in the West Wing or whatever he is. Whatever. That's his privilege, right? He's doing it. But when you got puddles there, see that puddle there? On your left side there, then you start to wonder if this guy says it's so important and it's necessary and we spent all the money on it, then why is it crap? Why aren't you doing that next step to show the people that you spend the money from the taxpayers, and show the people that you spend the money for that they're important, right? Then it's an important piece, right? There's a puddle right in the middle there. See that there? So the guy's got to go out of the bike lane into the road. See that there? I mean, it is what it is. It's not safe. In fact, it's unsafe, right? So you make a designated route that's unsafe for the guy that uses it. So you're endangering him. It's almost like the red line. Hey, we got a train system. It's called the red line. Why is it called the red line? Well, ride it. You'll find out why it's called the red line. Yeah, you'll find out real quick. That's the point, right? It's 5:43 p.m. March 16th, 2026. We're riding west on Lake Street. We just passed, I believe we just passed, was that Kitsy there, or was that Sacramento? I don't know. Or California. That might be California there. We just passed, right?